Welcome to Primas' DVD guide to Knights of the Old Republic, the Sith Lords. When beginning your journey, use the tips that follow to ensure your place in galactic history. Your Padawan training begins now. When engaging in battle or exploring new and dangerous areas, it's important to save your progress at regular intervals. Not only can you replay conversations for different results, but this also avoids catastrophic defeats and backtracking, as shown here. When investigating areas, be sure to pick up items dropped by fallen enemies. Search corpses, inspect footlockers and storage containers, and add to your inventory whenever possible. There's no upper limit to items you can carry and swap between party members. Selling items, playing Pazak, and mastering swoop races bring in credits. But try requesting items your party members can construct, such as T3M4's computer spikes. Then sell them to a vendor for credits, repeating this until you're able to afford that Sith Tremor sword you've been eyeing. Pazak is a card game that can win you some credits. After choosing a hand, cards are dealt that add up to 20, and you optionally use your hand to augment the total. Don't play your hand cards until the last possible moment, and throw a hand to force your opponent to use their hand cards, as this means they won't have many options for later rounds. There's an element of luck, but when you purchase the special cards, you can deal with any eventuality.
Suggestion: learn all you can about these amusements before you play. If you foolishly squander all your credits, you may end up with a bounty on your head, which I will become more than happy to collect.
Although opinion across the galaxy is divided, many Jedi Masters prefer to specialize in close combat fighting. Not only can you employ previously learned techniques when you construct and use your lightsaber, but high-level enemies can bounce back blaster fire at you if you're fighting at range. For those seeking to harness the Force, the universal power of Force Wave is arguably the most effective method of dealing with multiple enemies. It knocks them back, sometimes stuns, and allows the rest of your team to bring down foes with ease, or flee the combat to safety. When facing a fearsome creature in combat, you may wish to push them back using a game exploit. Each foe has a minimum distance to stand near you, and if you charge straight at them, they always move back to that distance, turn, and attack. As they retreat, slash them for massive damage, with your team backing you up. A quick but cheap enemy death is assured. Be sure to play skill points into Persuade, as only your player character has this ability to influence conversations.
I don't think your business is any concern of mine. You're free to go. Don't lose your Starport visa, otherwise you won't be leaving for a long while.
Continue to expand your dialogue options by selecting the Affect Mind and Dominate Mind powers. And with a wave of your hand, you can befuddle almost any sentient being.
I will answer your questions.
After a satisfying fight or experience gain, when you level up, be sure to manually add new attribute points, skills, feats and powers. You must learn the proficiencies you're mastering, rather than leaving it to chance and a mediocre character. As you amass your party, you'll notice certain members excel at tasks, and they should be utilized accordingly. T3M4 can open doors, use terminals, and upgrade items. The Disciple can heal. Beodor can construct your lightsaber. Mira can scout through mines. Learn your party's strengths and use them to your advantage. Be sure to talk to everyone you meet, including your party members, and return to chat with them multiple times. Your persuade, intelligence, wisdom and influence all affect the conversation's answers and add to further dialogue.
All the answers to your question, but for now, it is sadly beyond my capabilities.
Expect experience, Jedi training for some party members, and other hidden information to be imparted.
That is a question that has an extremely complicated answer. You see,
Adventuring in unknown environments is fraught with danger, and it's vital you do not overextend yourself as this footage demonstrates. It's far better to lure enemies towards you, waiting for them to arrive at a safe point, than to charge in and become swamped by foes. Try sending a cloaked scout on ahead to gather additional topographical and threat level data. Don't rush in blindly. A party that knows each member's role is more effective. As shown in this combat footage, Kreia or the Disciple are excellent to stay back and heal in a support role. Hanhar, Mandalore, the Handmaiden or Visus can attack at close range, while HK-47, Aton or Mira lends range support, switching to melee when attacked. Your character's combat specialities should replace one of these three roles if you wish a more effective fighting team. The path of the Jedi is full of choices, and you must decide early whether you follow the way to the light or the dark side. Pure light side is more difficult to attain, but your purity is assured. Choose the dark side if manipulating the Force in violent ways is your main goal. The game is easier if you fall down this path. Your path to destiny awaits, young Padawan. The remaining materials may have spoilers contained within, but are designed to guide you on a path of enlightenment or destruction. May the Force be with you. Utilizing brawn and instinct over intellect and cunning, the Jedi Guardian is usually the first line of defense against a rampaging enemy. Focusing on taking down foes with weapons rather than force powers, you should make one important decision as you create your character. Do you want to fight with melee or ranged weapons? Strength is associated with close combat, whilst dexterity bonuses apply to long-range ordnance. And having a prime stat at less than 18 isn't advisable, so choose one, not the other. For skills, it's recommended you boost your persuade, as only the player has this. Add as many treat injury points as you can. As a warrior, you need all the extra health you can muster, and light side guardians can really become self-sufficient using the heal power. Any remaining points can optionally be placed in awareness. For feats, concentrate on heavy armor proficiency, and then work your way through toughness and two-weapon fighting advancements, as double weapons are always better than one. For melee guardians, master critical strike, as this has a potential to stun and inflict terrible damage. Also look at power attack if your strength is high enough. You can really push enemies back at higher levels, and this is excellent for one-on-one confrontations. Whereas flurry works better in groups, and is also impressive when you're building up your lightsaber. At master level, you're inflicting 2 attacks every round. For ranged guardians, dominate with Power Blast, Rapid Shot, and Sniper Shot if you have other characters for protection. But be warned, high-level enemies can reflect your shots back at you. A shortfall melee characters don't have. If you're attacked by groups, invest in the Force Power Mind Trick, and have some foes fight for you. Finally, certain creatures are immune to force powers, making the Guardian's no-nonsense combat approach the only option. The Jedi Sentinel is a much more subtle character than the Guardian, preferring to learn a variety of skills instead of focusing on a few combat-heavy techniques. To begin, ensure you place some of your attribute points into intelligence. This grants you more skill points and dialogue choices in the game, including some interesting party member-based options, and also eases puzzle solving. For the remaining attributes, pick either strength or dexterity depending on your preference for close or ranged combat. Bump up your constitution and take your remaining stats up to 10.
Without you, we would never have escaped that place.
With your bounty of skills, you can begin to master as many as you wish. Choose computer use, not repair. Add points to your persuade, as this can lead to some conversations where you can turn the tide in your favor. Make sure you also add points to your treat injury to help you overcome your less impressive constitution bonuses. Another advantage for the Sentinel are the intelligent choices you make. These usually award extra experience points, allowing you to reach higher levels with haste. With your higher skill points, you're able to head down the path of a stealth specialist, adding to your awareness and stealth abilities, including Stealth Run. Be sure your dexterity is high enough to remain hidden. However, with this ability engaged, you can move through dangerous territory unimpeded, lay mines for enemies, and then coax them into your deadly trap. Use your skills to reactivate and control broken droids, and demolitions to remove mines while searching the path ahead. Solo mode is an advantage here. For feats, Sentinels automatically receive Force immunity, shrugging off psychic attacks. In combat, aside from precise shot and the preferred attacks, long-range Sentinels should definitely maximize their sniper shot, as the stun potential is based off your intelligence. So when you're not scouting ahead in stealth mode, try acting as a tagger, stunning enemies from long range, and let your other party members run in to finish the job. Jedi consulars rely on the Force, and if you wish to employ a wide range of powers, this is the class for you. When choosing attributes, maximize your wisdom to become more powerful than you can possibly imagine, and raise your charisma to increase the potency of these powers, and decrease the penalty for using powers of opposite alignment. This has the added benefit of improving your entire party's chance to hit, meaning a consular will always have the most powerful party to use. Place all your points in Persuade and treat injury. Let other party members worry about problems associated with their skills. Your combat feats are extremely limited, so begin with Toughness, an ability all characters should possess. As you progress, learn Flurry or another ranged attack, and have a blaster equipped for backup. However, your main feat is Force Focus, enhancing your Force powers still further. Back this up with suitable equipment, such as the Force Focusing Visor or the Circlet of Saresh. The Consular's main advantages are the Force powers you can master, but be ready to immediately choose a light or dark path and follow the powers that help your alignment, as you suffer penalties for employing powers diametrically opposed to your destiny. For light side Consulars, plan on being a help to your party, utilizing Heal, Force Valor and Revitalize to aid your team, as well as the ever-popular Stun Trio, which is extremely effective. The universal Force powers which are used by either type of Consular are another excellent choice. Perfect Force speed early, so you can avoid any close combat enemy. Also master Force Wave, an excellent power attack that affects multiple foes, sending them sprawling before they can even reach you. Become more withdrawn and selfish as a dark side Consular, allowing the energies of the Sith to envelop you, learning Drain Life, Fear, and the ever-popular Shock. Dark side powers are mainly utilized against enemies, rather than helping your team. Character and party member feats are numerous and aid in combat, conversations, or item creation. The following feats have been deemed important enough to warrant further exploration, although there are many more to choose. Jedi Defense is one of the first feats to learn, along with Toughness, as these create a powerful barrier between you and the enemy. You may also wish to learn Force Jump, allowing you to instantly close the gap on foes. However, the basic tenet of every Jedi is a well-defined offensive posture. And for this, it's recommended you learn two-weapon fighting, allowing dual weapons for extra damage both close and at range. Now choose your method of foe disposal. For close-range attackers, learn one of the three main specialized attack techniques, the first of which is Critical Strike, useful for stunning the opposition while your friends finish the foe off. Also master Flurry, the master version of which allows an extra attack per round without combat penalties, turning a character with two weapons into a maelstrom of destruction. Finally, there's Power Attack, a single devastating hit designed to finish off single hard-to-kill enemies. The ranged versions of the three previous melee combat feats are no less potent. Power Blast, a devastating bolt of energy, is excellent for tagging easy-to-hit opponents one at a time. Rapid Shot allows an additional attack per round, and when employed with two weapons, the results can be most agreeable. Sniper Shot is a great way to stun the opposition, but the effectiveness is worked out via intelligence, not dexterity, so be sure to check your stats before learning this. With all the three-tier combat feats, be sure you master them one at a time, rather than selecting all at the base level. Lastly are the Jedi forms. While not strictly feats, they are combat related, and are learned from three Jedi Masters scattered throughout the galaxy. Two basic forms are shown here, but extra forms and advanced versions exist for prestige classes and power-based forms for consulars. A lightsaber must be employed for a form to be active. The first is Shu Cho, a good technique to try in a room full of opponents. The second is Makashi, granting powerful melee bonuses, but at the expense of blaster bolt deflection. Jedi must learn to harness the power of the Force, and the selection shown is small but potent. The first few are protective or enhancing powers. Let us begin with Force Aura, bathing your character in a vivid blue light and adding to his or her defense. When preparing for closer combat, conjure up Force Barrier, enabling you to soak up initial damage that a foe inflicts on you. Select Battle Meditation when facing multiple enemies at once. At higher levels, these foes suffer penalties, while you and your party become invigorated with the Force. One of the prerequisite Force powers is Heal, a great alternative to med packs, and extremely useful at higher levels, especially if you have an excellent Wisdom bonus. Jedi Sentinels receive Force Immunity, a conjuration that shrugs off the effects of psychic combat. Burst of Speed is an excellent option for fleeing an area if you're overwhelmed, and the extra attacks at higher levels make it a combat option for those without armor. Force Valor is an excellent power to summon just prior to combat with your party members, as they gain a variety of bonuses, including the excellent attribute increases. Energy Resistance. Employ this when you're facing an enemy with specialized methods of inflicting pain, as this allows you to throw off specific damage types. Revitalize. If you care for your party members, summon them as they fall in combat and immediately heal them. The fight can now continue. Force Push is perhaps the most useful power of all, especially when employed as the effective force wave, allowing you to knock back and damage multiple enemies, allowing regrouping, fleeing, or the finishing of foes. Drain Life takes away life from your foes and bestows it upon you, a perfect way to minimize combat actions by destroying and healing at the same time. Fear casts doubt, uncertainty, and at higher levels complete insanity into the minds of your enemy, leaving them prone and easy to dispatch. Wound. No potential Dark Lord of the Sith should be without the ability to wound, choke, and eventually kill a single victim just by force manipulation. Slow. Inflicting a pox on your enemy from slowing them down to the ultimate plague affliction allows you and your party to attack a sluggish and bewildered foe. The ultimate version of this attack, Plague, is exceptional for helping to defeat the most powerful enemies of all. Force Scream. Split the ears of your foes and cause sizable sonic damage with the Force Scream. At higher levels, this becomes a yawn of sound emanating in all directions. Shock. The preferred method of subjugation by the Dark Lords of the Sith. A powerful crackle of electrical damage turns into a spectacular storm at higher levels. Burn your shrieking victims in writhing lightning arcs. Your character must be equipped with appropriate attire to survive this adventure. There are 7 areas of the body to concentrate on. Implants, which require a good constitution to take hold. Headgear, that can mask some or all of your face. Hands, gauntlets or gloves covering both hands. Left and right arm protection, where shields are usually fitted. Body, where armor or robes are donned. And the belt, where enhancement fits around your waist. For weaponry, all characters except Kreia have a left and right hand to carry a melee or ranged weapon. For a character with the ultimate in melee gear, implant the Physical Boost D package, piling on the attack bonuses. Add to this with the enhanced shield visor, with its preferred saving throws. Next are the Dominator gauntlets, a pair of no-nonsense fighting gloves. For either arm, choose the Verpine prototype shield and the Mandalorian power shield, both with damage absorption capabilities. Fit the Mandalorian assault armor to your torso for incredible defense, and upgrade it with Bonded Plates Mark IV and Strengthening Underlay Mark V. Further enhance your strength with the CNS Strength Enhancer. For weapons, choose the Achani Vibro Sword for your right hand, upgrading it with the superior Agrinium Grip, Vibration Cell Mark IV, and Austrian Edge. Carry the Sith Tremor Sword in your other hand, adding a superior Zabrak Grip, Enhanced Energy Cell Mark IV, and Quadranium Edge. For a long-ranged attack master, implant the Quickness D package, adding on the dexterity bonuses. Add to this with the Target Assessor, with its additional modifiers. Next are the improved automation gloves, adding even more to dexterity. For either arm, choose the Verpine prototype shield and the Mandalorian power shield, both with damage absorption capabilities. Fit the Flex heavy armor to your torso for great defense and yet more dexterity pluses, and upgrade it with Bonded Plates Mark IV and Flexible Underlay Mark V. Further enhance your stealth and dexterity with the Aratech Echo Belt. For blasters, choose the Mandalorian Disintegrator for your right hand, upgrading it with the Accuracy Scope Mark IV, Beam Splitter Mark III, and Pure Rylith Power Cell. Carry the Zabrak Heavy Blaster in your other hand, adding an Accuracy Scope Mark III, Mandalorian Chamber Mark III, and Superior Rylith Power Cell. Once you have your lightsaber and only wish to use force powers occasionally, your ranged and melee equipment stays the same, but with 2 important differences. Your armor must be changed to the Zyson Shah Warrior Armor to allow force powers to flow freely. In addition, you should build and equip your lightsaber. Exhaustive combat testing has determined the double-bladed lightsaber brings the most offensive damage to your subsequent fights. Upgrade it with the Kaibur Crystal, Ankara's Sapphire, enhanced by Rothsys Lens, Expert Fencing Emitter, and Telgorn Jolt Cell Mark III. For those shunning combat in favor of mastering many dark powers, your assembled items should reflect this. Equip your character with the best ranged equipment, except for the following locations. Implant the Mental Boost Implant, or better if your constitution can take it. This adds wisdom. Add to this with the mighty Circlet of Saresh, with its phenomenal wisdom modifiers. Darkside consulars should seek the Force Focusing Visor. Next to the Jalshay Meditation Gloves, adding dexterity, awareness, and more wisdom. For armor, pick the Jalshay Mentor Armor with its associate attribute enhancers, and further enhance your wisdom with the Jalshay Mentor Belt.
Recollection. I was having the most wonderful dream. A dream of killing all humans. And I think you were in it. Speculation. I can barely hear my heart beating. Observation. Quite an experience to live in fear, isn't it? That's what it's like to be a slave. Statement. I've done questionable things. Nothing the god of biomechanics wouldn't let you in heaven for. Pathos. I know why you cry, but it is something I can never do. Empathy. The more time I spend with humans, the more I learn. It is your nature to destroy yourselves. Rude alert! Rude alert! An electrical fire has knocked out my voice recognition unicycle. Many Wurlitzers are missing from my database. Abandoned shop. This is not a daffodil. Repeat, this is not a daffodil. HK50 personal black box recording. Time unknown. Location unknown. Cause of accident unknown. Should someone find this recording, perhaps it will shed light as to what happened here. Conclusion. I'm going to pull your head off, because I don't like your head. Query. Is this going to be a stand-up fight, sir? Or another bug hunt? Query. Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away? There are 1-0 kinds of people. Those who understand binary and F. Others who understand hex. Negative. You are a meat popsicle. Advisory. Take 4 red capsules. In 10 minutes, take 2 more. Help is on the way.
Swoop racing is a popular pastime across the Old Republic, and races are organized in the cities of Telos, Nar Shaddaa, and Onderon. Controlling the swoop vehicle is simple enough. You steer left and right and jet forward, tapping the accelerator when your gear ratio is maximized, and the flashing red arrow appears on the screen. As you can see, you should aim for each of the thrusters, and as you reach them, tap the accelerator furiously to change gear as quickly as possible to gain the most speed, ideally when the green arrow before the red one disappears. Nar Shaddaa's course is the most difficult, as it features a tight tunnel entrance towards the end of the track, oncoming swoop vehicles, mines, and steam vents that push you into the walls. Avoid these and steer in the opposite direction to minimize wall slams. Each of the courses should be memorized and repeated time and time again to learn where every thruster is and object. Onderon's course features the most jumping. The other maneuver you must learn when swoop racing. This enables you to drift over low walls, some obstacles and mines, but only at an angle. A direct jump over the top of the mines results in an explosion. As you can see, the times posted for each course are commendable, but records of around 37 to 40 seconds for each course have been completed. Can you beat those times? The mysterious old woman plaguing your dreams and abducting you from your ship reveals herself to be a powerful Jedi consular when you locate her in the morgue on Perigus. Soon she will prove herself to be both a guide and a powerful ally. Her strengths include her mentor ability, providing a bonus to earned experience points whenever she is in the party.
Be careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it
She forms a unique bond between herself and you, a feat known as Force Chain. Not only does this allow a psychic connection to form, but it enables any force powers she uses, such as force resistance or force immunity, to mutually affect both of you.
Reach out with your perceptions. You can feel them.
As impressive is your talent to reciprocate, granting her any force power bonuses you give to yourself. More impressive still are her mysterious teachings. Under certain circumstances, many of your party members can be trained by you under her guidance to embrace the path of the Jedi, or the Sith. When your character reaches level 15, Kreia offers to teach you her deepest secrets, allowing you to branch out into the fabled prestige classes. In terms of combat ability, it's recommended that you keep Kreia at range, as her defense is low. She cannot wear armor, and her melee skills are lacking. Instead, utilize her large reservoir of force points, thanks in part to her force channel power, and her other destiny-changing powers. For light side Kreia, focus on stun, force valor, heal, force shield, battle meditation, and force whirlwind, and then master these powers. For dark side Kreia, learn scream, shock, wound, heal, battle meditation, and choke, and then improve these powers. On the rare occasion where she isn't channeling the Force, equip her with a blaster pistol. For feats, it's recommended you choose the dueling, toughness, and rapid shot aptitudes. For skills, try to maximize your repair, treat injury, and stealth in that order. As she is a consular, place all the additional attribute points you accrue into wisdom.
Kreia, opinion. One must admire this meatbag's ability to focus precisely on her objectives. She is free of the hesitation and forethought that distract most of you from your goals.
Tumbling through disaster after disaster ever since he was 5, counting on his incredible luck to pull him through each time, Aton Jack Rand was once an elite pilot, but has always been a scoundrel. This entitles him to a number of unique feats, such as survival, effectively making him tougher the more damage he sustains. Try healing him at the very last moment, and only to half his regular health. He also comes with spirit, allowing him a chance to return to combat once he reaches 0 vitality points. This allows you to send Aton into the fray, hang back, and wait for him to continuously stagger back to his feet after an otherwise deadly enemy blow. Being a scoundrel, Aton has natural and increasing defense bonuses, thanks to Scoundrel's luck, and is able to follow the sneak attack feat all the way to 10 at level 19. And this, coupled with his stealth run ability, allows him to eliminate single targets with incredible ease. However, his average strength negates melee potential. Instead, you may wish to focus on a ranged style of play, pumping up his dexterity and learning 2-weapon fighting and rapid shot to give inspiring covering fire. Once you unlock Aton's innate Jedi Sentinel abilities, continue on the path you chose for him, keeping him at range and learning light side powers to aid your team, or dark side ones to choke, shock and ravage your enemy. Increase his wisdom from now on, and have him learn Weapon Finesse Lightsaber to unleash his full potential. Be sure to build a dual-bladed lightsaber for violent close-quarter scrapes.
Aton Rand. Opinion. Aton is proof that a lucky meat bag can be more successful than a skilled one. I must reluctantly admit, however, that he does usually get the job done.
Beodor is a Zabrak tech specialist and refugee from a colony world in the Mid-Rim that was bombed out of commission by Malak. Beodor has impressive technical expertise. He has improved gearhead almost immediately, and is an asset when you want to create upgraded items, including your own lightsaber. His main strength lies in his close combat potential, as he begins with two unique abilities. The first is Shield Breaker, which allows him to disintegrate a target's energy shields. This can be applied to energy walls or personal enemy protection, but Beodor must be close to punch the energy source. He also possesses Repulsor Strike, causing impressive extra electrical damage with each successful hit. Combined with the additional damage he causes with his unarmed specialist feat series, Beodor is more than capable of handling himself in a fight. He is followed by a small remote droid. Make sure you're aggressively attacking your target for the remote to back you up. His main drawback is his lack of willingness to wear most types of armor. Equip him with the Krath Holy Battlesuit to avoid defense penalties. Add extra attribute points to strength and improve his flurry, 2-weapon and toughness as you progress. Wanting to learn the robust and devastating potential of unarmed combat? Choose Beodor. Should you learn Beodor's path to Jedi destiny, have light side Beodor enhance the party prior to combat with Valor, then learn Stun. For dark side, learn Shock, Lightning, Wound, Choke, and descend into darkness from there.
Beodor. Opinion. Despite his cybernetic enhancements, Beodor is still adversely affected by the fusion of hormones and gland secretions that plague all meatbags. This must be why he insists on squandering his technological expertise instead of using it to design weapons and torture devices.
One of many bounty hunters that skulk in the bars and ports on the smuggler's moon of Nar Shaddaa, this scout only joins you if you make a major light side choice when you encounter her. Already equipped with her unique wrist launcher and associated proficiency wrist-mounted rockets, these include grenades and come in a number of varieties. However, as you progress, the slightly risky strategy of launching area of effect missiles into combat may be at odds with melee combat fighters, so you are wise to learn range weapons feats and perfect Mira's precise shot, which helps each blast strike accurately. Being a scout, Mira's unique skills continue with targeting, an 8 advancement feat that can end with a +8 attack bonus with ranged weapons. As you progress, invest in Rapid Shot, 2-weapon fighting, then toughness feats to create a long-range specialist. However, when not in combat, be aware of Mira's Point Guard ability, an extremely useful bonus when trekking through minefields. Mira's path to becoming a Jedi Sentinel is also possible, and when she learns to harness the Force, have a light side Mira continue to utilize long-range weapons while powering up her wounded or close combat teammates. A dark side Mira should focus instead on inflicting a rising pain, courtesy of offensive ranged powers. Although lightsaber combat is possible with Mira, and proves to be an entertaining diversion, her attributes are best served away from enemy melee weaponry.
Mira, request. If this meatbag is willing to kill for you, Master, very well. But if she shows any alarming signs of mercy or other revolting traits, I would be happy to assassinate her for you.
This floating black spherical droid has developed a behavioral quirk, allowing it to float on the wrong side of galactic law. And it's managed to become a prominent crime lord in the criminal organization called the Exchange on Nar Shaddaa. When you finally convince this expert droid to join your party, there's only one main path to take him along, that of ranged attacker with stealth trappings. KOTOR's droid scramble is useful when you're attacking machine-based entities, as you can turn them on their own masters or each other. KOTOR was mainly built for stealth exploration, however, and the trio of unique items reflects this. The personal cloaking shield allows the droid to easily activate a stealth shield, an option for assassinations and investigating dangerous ground ahead. The droid singularity projector and droid stealth booster are both unique parts to fix onto his bulbous carriage, and enhance his cloaking still further, effectively making him invisible on stealth missions. The droid omniscience unit aids in attack modifiers and awareness. With blaster integration already learned, make sure KOTOR masters 2-weapon fighting, rapid shot, then weapon focus blaster pistol. Place his attribute points into dexterity if you're using him offensively. If you're short on party members with stealth capabilities, press KOTOR into service.
KOTOR, opinion. KOTOR may be ruthless and cunning, but his subtle methods are wasted on the meatbags. My Inquisition techniques are a little more ruthless, but the victim tends to expire sooner. I believe this to be a worthy trade-off.
Located inside a secure chamber on the Avon Hawk, the combat droid rumored to be in the service of Darth Revan appears to be completely deactivated. When you return with the necessary parts to reassemble HK-47, you can talk to him, ideally steering him away from the conversations about party member assassination and towards the droid's role in the Mandalorian Wars. Also locate the droid pacifist package to fully explore this assassin's previously untapped emotions. However, HK-47 is best utilized as a ruthless long-range takedown machine. He's already functioning with many associated skills, including the unique assassin protocols, allowing bonus damage to successful hits. Continue this path by learning blaster rifle specialization, then rapid shot, toughness, and finally dual strike. Be sure to place all your attribute points into dexterity. HK-47's unique head and body items must be located. Fit the droid assassination module and droid capacitor armor for exceptional defensive bonuses, including the ability to withstand a droid's worst fear, electrical and ion attacks. But it's weaponry that HK-47 spends most of his time caressing, and he needs to be outfitted with the best. Although you can equip him with an upgraded Mandalorian disintegrator and Zabrak heavy blaster, it's wise to give these to another ranged party member, and instead use HK-47's unique droid assassin rifle. Upgrade with the best accuracy scope, beam splitter, and Rylith power cell for the finest ranged weapon of all, especially when combined with the gun's bonus sniper capabilities.
HK-47, proud statement. A masterpiece of ruthless killing efficiency. The HK-47 assassin droid can effortlessly sever meatbags from their pathetic lives with its arsenal of powerful weapons and vast databank of combat protocols.
Once a mercenary for hire, this Mandalorian foot soldier abandoned these practices to seek a new purpose, the gathering of scattered Mandalorian warriors across the galaxy and a return home. Now the Mandalore, or Chief, this soldier joins your party on the beast moon of Duxon, and comes ready with a large array of combat feats. Although you may wish to equip him with long-range weapons, his starting dexterity is average, while his strength is impressive. This leads to a career as a melee fighting first line of attack. Improve your strength continuously as you advance. While you invest in flurry, 2-weapon fighting, weapon-focused melee, then toughness, check Mandalore's 2 unique feats. The first is implant switching. Choose the instant +4 to strength before every battle to really hammer the point home to your enemies. The Mandalorian Courage allows increasing defense bonuses and immunity to those inflicting the debilitating fear and horror. A true Mandalore never takes off his ceremonial armor, even when he sleeps. And this is the case here. Take the already impressive suit and add the best bonded plates and strengthening underlay you can find for further combat enhancements. Finally, be sure you find the 2 finest blades, the Echani Vibro Sword and the Sith Tremor Sword. Upgrade them fully and your Mandalorian leader becomes a lethal close assault specialist and an inspiration for his downtrodden people.
Mandalore, opinion. Any meatbag that relishes the sport of killing is a useful ally, but I suspect that while he does not shy from the work, he sadly derives little sport from it.
The Disciple is a historian currently researching on the planet Dantooine and joins your party only if your player character is female. Amid the studying, he's found a number of secrets about you and may be willing to share them. However, you'll have to gain this soldier's trust first. Beginning with only a modicum of skills, the Disciple's standout attribute is his dexterity, leading to a career path utilizing ranged weaponry. Though the Disciple may not be the sprightliest character, he's hardy, already having the toughness and conditioning feats. As you progress, have him learn Rapid Shot, 2-weapon fighting, Power Blast, then Blaster Pistol specialization. The Disciple also proves his worth outside of combat, and once you learn of his medical training by speaking to him, he's able to supply you with a constant source of med packs. Learn this information and you'll discover he has the abilities of a lab station, but mobile and instantly accessible. It's also wise to increase treat injury and demolitions, skills associated with creating and breaking down lab station items. Take him with you if you haven't learnt many protective or healing powers, or need a quick implant or improvement. The Disciple's latent Jedi powers can be revealed, and a Jedi consular path can be taken. This is perfect as you should already have given the Disciple long-range combat abilities. Add to this effectiveness by learning more healing or protective techniques for the light side, or dominating offensive powers if you're descending into the dark side. However, you can make the Disciple the ultimate healer if you augment his previous training with force healing. Have you checked your spacecraft recently? There may be a Sith apprentice aboard by the name of Visis Ma. A Jedi Sentinel by class, Visis is one of a race of humanoids known as Mira Luca. Effectively blind, but using her foresight talents to view the world from a first-person perspective. She's able to teach you this technique, which can be useful as you can see entities behind walls when you're close to them before entering a room. Although Visis's dexterity is high, and this usually leads to a ranged path, she has one important advantage. She can be equipped with a lightsaber, a devastating close assault weapon. Expend further feed points finessing it, along with flurry and 2-weapon fighting, which enables her to attack with her lightsaber and an additional weapon such as the Echani Vibro Sword for some seriously devastating damage. While adding the strength enhancers to her outfit, be sure you choose the Zeiss and Shah warrior armor and complement it with armor-ply plating and a strengthening underlay. Visis's Force pose should be chosen from the Dark Side realm and should include Force Scream, Battle Meditation, Lightning, Scream, Choke and Insanity. Then seek greater destructive capabilities as you continue Visis's path to the dark side. She's your personal bodyguard, and arguably the best character to support you in combat, rallying your party with crackling force energy.
Visas Ma, recommendation. Master, too few meatbags relish slaughter and cruelty as much as they should, but this one is different. I hope you have no intention of ruining these sensible qualities by instilling her with weaknesses like compassion or empathy.
The Perigus mining facility is a labyrinth of corridors leading from the medical bay to the main communications blister. Adjacent is a hangar where the Avon Hawk is currently awaiting your return. And a fuel depot where ships come to collect the mined minerals and other deposits. Underneath is a series of mining tunnels, now the home to dozens of malfunctioning droids. Later into this trek, you'll venture into the dormitory level and finally to a ship called the Harbinger, for your first encounter with the Sith. And one of their leaders, the vain, treacherous, and arrogant Darth Sion. After the Avon Hawk lands, you wake up in a Kolto tank, having recovered from your wounds. Access the medical bay console and open the morgue doors. Inspect the corpse inside, and the robed Kreia rises to greet you. After a talk, head out to the damaged door and use the plasma torch to open it. Destroy the mining droids beyond. Then learn precognition. Use an ion grenade on the next mining droids, then make your way to the administration blister. At the console, unlock the holding cell door. Meet and release Aton Rand.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniform?
Return to the computer and check Hangar Bay 25. T3M4 answers. Guide him using his shock arm to blast the mining droids to the hangar controls and repair them. Return and place a mine against the sealed door. And locate computer spikes. Open the right door near the hangar controls and fight along the corridor to the fuel depot. Move to the fuel control station and open the emergency hatch on the admin level. With T3 deactivated, head to the mining tunnel entrance and use repair to activate the droid. Or simply wade in and fight the mining droids roaming the area. Flick on a Telos mining shield to avoid the heat, and run to the central controller. Shut down all the containment fields. Battle your way to the turbo lift. At the fuel depot, you meet an HK-50 droid. Examine the dead officer, then return with a sonic sensor from the adjacent workbench room. And use Persuade to record the officer's voice print.
Recitation? Oh yes, Master.
Now head into combat with the Mark II droids and move to the maintenance station. Enter the voice code here. Out of the airlock, avoiding the venting, and talk to Aton. The Harbinger arrives. Head to the dormitory level. Use ion grenades on the extinguishers. Run to the mess hall and defeat the droids. Locate a breath mask, then return to the shift assignment console. Shut down the dorm ventilation system. Open the dorm door, searching for a hololog, then locate the turbo lift near the mess hall. Input the code, run to the admin blister to meet Aton and battle the HK-50.
Then we have a clear run.
Retreating to avoid his self-destruct sequence, board the Harbinger. Head right to the bridge, download the drift charts, backtrack and locate the crew quarters. While Kreia waylays the insidious Darth Scion, run to the engine maintenance console and open the door. At the main ion engine, activate the procedure and head through the door. Kreia battles Scion. T3M4 is spotted. Fight across the floor and up the ramp to the emergency field station and shut the energy field down. Move to the docking bay and use T3 to open the hangar door. Destroy the Mark II mining droids. Deactivate the mines down the ramp and move to the decontamination console. Open the door and run to the hangar bay, boarding the Avon Hawk. Man the gun, destroying as many Sith assault troopers as you can. Then finish any that enter the Avon Hawk in regular combat. Before you leave, open the low security door and diagnose the HK-47. Then flee Perigus. Telos is a planet ravaged in the previous period of civil and galactic conflict, and the Republic is currently rebuilding the superstructure of the entire world, thanks in part to a Zabrak called Beodor, and the shields he constructed that crisscross the surface. From the Citadel station with its apartments, offices and recreation centres, it's a short shuttle hop to the old planet's restoration zones, now home to roving bands of mercenaries. The most secret area is the polar ice cap, said to hide a Jedi enclave deep below the surface. Aton punches it into hyperspace, and you arrive and are imprisoned by Lieutenant Gren. While in your force cages, the assassin Batu Ren arrives and is immediately outclassed by your team. You're moved to the residential module and receive 2 calls.
What's going on here?
To complete the Ithorian quest, move to their compound and maneuver through it to meet Chodo Habat. After receiving the information, move to the TSF security station and talk to the droid. He informs you that the Avon Hawk has been stolen. You must now recover your equipment. Head down to the docking module, talk to the Ithorian, and move to the airlock terminal. Go to the shuttle and the TSF guard and converse with the Ithorian. Your meeting is stopped as a group of Circa thugs arrive. Wipe them out. All of them. Challenge the exchange thug who tells you to meet with Luxor. She can be found at the cantina. Choose the following dialogue options in her meeting. Then move to the information terminal and transfer to Residential Module 082 East. Return to the exchange thug and enter the exchange. Force persuade the receptionist to avoid a fight. Then head right into Slusk's meeting room. Initiate talks with his cohorts. Enter the guard room and force the Gamorrean to open Slusk's door. He sends out 2 bodyguard droids. Disassemble them, enter the room, and wait for Luxor to arrive. Defeat Luxor and her guards, then bring the fight to Slusk. Once Slusk is defeated, return to Chodo Habat. Back at the cantina, talk to Corran Fault about accessing the Circa mainframe. Head to apartment B2 to appropriate the droid credentials. And move back to the Circa offices. Once inside, talk to B4D4 and produce the credentials. Then guide the droid to Jana Lorzo, the administrator, then to the mainframe and converse with T1N1. The confused droid begins to fry Zerka personnel, while B4D4 manipulates the data. Once done, return to Chodo Habat, who tells you about Beodor on the planet's surface. You can head there in Chodo's shuttle. Move to the docking module to access the ship. To complete the Circa quest, meet with Jana Lorzo, who requests Slusk be taken care of. Move to the cantina to find Luxor and agree to help.
And I'll be waiting.
Head to the medical unit, access the communications terminal, and head to the B3 apartment rendezvous point. Meet, beat, and defeat the bounty hunters before returning to Luxor. Agree to a second
Still in one
job.
piece?
Move to apartment B2 and crush Oppo Chano in combat.
Pop up those
Then
credits.
move back to Luxor again. Agree to
killed him?
terminate Slusk.
When Slusk's out of the way, I'll clear up this bounty matter.
After defeating Slusk and Luxor, begin to battle through the Circle offices, taking down the mercenaries in your way. Continue the rampage all the way to Lorzo's desk, who thanks you for saving her and offers a shuttle off the Citadel station. Head to the docking module and take the shuttle. After Aton's flying skills are called into question, you meet and befriend Beodor in the wreckage of your shuttle. Choose your party and battle the mercenaries down to the beach. Take care in traversing the minefield. Then engage the mercenary droid master. Stop at the mercenary camp. The fight with the mercenaries is difficult, so approach each group of mercenaries methodically, defeating them one at a time. Use force powers to bypass the mercenaries' melee shields. A cunning plan is to use stealth, set up mines in front of each group, then rush them and wait for the explosions. Use every item you have to gain an advantage, and run away if the battle's turning against you. Check the terminal on the landing pad. Enter the military base and let Beodor display his skill for opening force fields. Battle your way down the main corridor, destroying military droids. And at the terminal, open the inner door. Once through, additional combat is mandatory, including the dismantling of a group of turrets. Then move into the shuttle room. Locate the security terminal, shut off the gas vents, and meet up with the Twi'lek salvager. Continue to destroy military droids and force shields, and at the next terminal, overload the droid recharging stations. Open the security door and fight your way to the reactor control. Switch on the reactor, then move to the security door you can now access, and locate the footlocker with the orbital shuttle's ignition codes. Move to the shuttle, arming yourself, and prepare to fight a colossal tank droid. It falls in seconds to those with the correct offensive combinations. Open the bay control door and the hangar bay doors. Enter the shuttle and depart to Telos's polar region. Once Aton has proved his piloting skill once more, stand and fight the trio of HK-50 droids. Then pass your shuttle and enter the polar plateau interior. Once inside, you meet with Atris, and then should speak to Handmaiden before meeting up with your teammates. Once enough storage bins have been looted, head to the Avon Hawk and depart. Known as the Smuggler's Moon, the planetoid of Nar Shaddaa, orbiting the planet of Nal Hutta, is the center of commerce and nefarious activities in this sector. Ruled over by a crime lord named Goto, the zones are filled with galactic flotsam and jetsam, warehouses, refugee colonies, and two Quarren overseers named Sakwesh and Visquis, working for the exchange. It's here that up to 4 party members can join your team. You must gain notoriety with the exchange, and finally attempt to board Goto's personal yacht. Aboard the Avon Hawk, you can access a secret hologram message from T3M4, meet a new party member, and begin your lightsaber quest with Beodur. Then select Nar Shaddaa from the galactic map. As you land, Goto, the leader of the exchange, informs a motley crew of mercenaries about your arrival.
Let my piece.
Back at the landing pad, argue with the Toydarian.
My trash heap.
Then round the corner and defeat the exchange thugs threatening the human. Once defeated, head to the swoop gallery and meet Twi'lek Borna and agree to deactivate a swoop racing droid. Move to the adjacent chamber to C9T9's holding cell and reprogram the droid in a contained explosion. Meet Borna, now owner of the swoop gallery, and accept her reward. Head to Tyne Tub's swoop garage, speaking with TT32 and then Tub himself about an ID card change for your ship. The Sulistan agrees to help if you return with a transponder card. Leave, and at the main walkway encounter Ratrin Vek, the owner of the Avon Hawk. Locate Undar and Gida, 2 rival merchants. After talking to both and Kreia about force manipulation, continue to run back and forth. Side with Gida, talking to the merchants until Undar agrees to leave. Head into the chamber next to Undar and engage spice smugglers in battle. Then move outside and intervene in another exchange thug altercation, fighting both aliens. Enter the entertainment promenade after a run-in with the twin sons. Round the corner and meet the Snivian Karlanar, and offer him 2,000 credits to up your standing with the exchange. Gain entrance to the Pazak Den, locate S4C8, and repair his computer damage. Play a few hands until the champ arrives. Beat him, then enter the cantina, and approach Twi'lek dancers. Once in the proper dancing attire, you move to Vogger the Hutt's chamber and dance for him. Wake the blubbering mass up afterwards to talk about the exchange. Meet Fassa, who's having problems with his power pylons. Agree to help, check the pylon console, then run to the Pylon 2 control room. Assign the freighter priorities as shown. And return to Fassa.
You help Fassa!
Next, enter the warehouse behind Fassa and locate the Bith scientist. Agree to help him and meet with his supplier. Alas, the supplier is looking worse for wear, and it seems the cleaning droid is responsible. After the battle, head to the refugee sector, dealing with another couple of exchange thugs at the entrance. At the lower entrance, locate and hassle the Sirocco veteran leader into battle. Defeat him and his squad, locate Karana and the nearby pilot. Then work your way up the opposite ramp. Rescue the small girl, Adana, from her cell and enter Sakwash's offices. Force him to let Adana go. Move back towards the Avon Hawk until you're stopped by slavers from the Red Eclipse. Introduce them to the sharp end of your vibro sword and continue the battle on board the Avon Hawk itself. Defeat all of the Trandoshans and only then head towards the cockpit. The Red Eclipse leader, Carmack, is here and is no pushover. Once the ship is purged, this is the first opportunity to meet and overpower Visas Mar.
I yield, Master. It is as I heard through the years.
By now, you should have attracted the attention of the exchange, and Visquis appears to invite you to Jek Tar. Take up this offer, and on the way, meet up with Mira. Meanwhile, Aton is waylaid at the cantina with the arrival of the twin sons. Equip Aton and fight both of them. Meanwhile, as Mira, enter Jek Tar in a spacesuit and head to the private lounge. As Visquis readies for battle and you learn breath control, stride into Jek Tar and fight your way through. Visquis and Hanhar retreat, leaving you to enter the gas tunnels. Mira faces Hanhar in battle, and afterwards continue to fight the Kath Hounds in the pit. Place a mine at the high security door, then ready for a bounty hunter attack. Fight your way to the magnetically sealed door, then check the panel on the escape turbo lift. Activate the escape route, letting your player character in. Battle through Visquis's hideout, using precognition at the high security door. And once in the pit, Visquis has a final chat before a bounty hunter double cross. T3 enters Vogger's warehouse under the pretense of being sold. Once inside, guide T3 to C6E3 and his rival C7E3. Talk back and forth until you're able to attack C7E3. Then move to the door controls and solve the puzzle. Talk to B4R5, then prepare for shock arm combat with 3 HK-50 droids. Leave with the codes. Once the boarding team is on the yacht, access a damaged utility droid, then the security console, and finally move carefully through the corridors to a command console. You can shut down the turrets, mines, droids, containment cells and power system. Switching off the power is imperative. Once down, escape and engage the bounty hunters. Meet the twin sons for one last battle. Then defeat the Gand Findsman. Depart aboard the Avon Hawk, where Mira or Hanho and Goto are waiting for you.
I am impressed with your work.
As Aton once again excels in piloting a spacecraft to an unceremonious landing, your party finds itself on the beast moon of Duxon. This giant orb is almost the size of the planet Onderon it orbits around, and is an aptly named world covered in thick jungle where vicious predatory animals roam. Remnants of the Mandalorian warrior tribe, under the leadership of Mandalore himself, have set up a small encampment here. They could be formidable allies, if you can prove your worth to them. After shooting down 6 enemy ships in the skies above Duxon, head outside into the outlying jungle, blasting the Canucks and Malras. Move to the crashed bounty hunter spacecraft and begin a sharp, vicious combat. Continue towards the jungle interior. Once you enter, locate the camp and meet the Mandalorian warriors. Accompany them to their main base and talk to their leader, Mandalore. You must prove your worth to him. Exit his compound and find Zurka, and offer to help him fix the relay dish. Use repair to connect the broken wires, then run over to meet Zarga training the recruits. Accept the mission to locate the body of Kumas.
I'm Zarga.
Next, chat to the guard captain about the fearsome Zakeg. Vow to return with a trophy after you slay it. Then head back to the jungle. Kreia reaches out into your mind and shows you the secret power of Beast Trick. Once in the jungle, dispatch any creatures you see such as bomas and Canucks. Slay all the Canucks you see in this part of the jungle only. Now run to the northwest corner of the jungle. At the Permacrete detonator, talk to Kumas, who's hiding in the rock above. Defeat the creatures nearby, or set off the detonator. Then run to the southeast part of the jungle and face the Zakeg in combat. And cut an ear from it before inspecting the courses. Move to the southwest and encounter Kelborn, who needs help in locating enemy scouts. Continue along the path and dispatch 2 scout teams and associated wildlife. Continue to the northwest to find the hidden Mandalorian cache. Detonate the Permacrete device nearby. And slay the curious beasts. Exploring the cache interior is optional. Trek back to the center of the jungle to rendezvous with Kelborn, letting him know you defeated the scouts.
Surprised they wouldn't talk to you.
Return to camp and locate the communications room near the shuttle hangar. Reprogram the core at the terminal, then meet up with Zurka. Produce the 3 pulse parts as well. Then speak to the guard captain, presenting the Zakeg ear as proof. Finally, return to Zarga and explain where Kumas is. The final task awaits you at the one-on-one battle circle. Speak to the sergeant and challenge Davrek to hand-to-hand combat. Then return to the sergeant and face Kex in regular combat. Next, tackle Tagran in hand-to-hand competition. Face Kelborn in a melee fight to the finish. And lastly, defeat the mighty Braylor. Now return to Mandalore, who runs through your accomplishments. Suitably impressed, he offers a shuttle ride to Onderon. Agree to this, then join in the battle as Sith assassins decloak and attack the encampment. Once the Sith are slain, head to the shuttle and depart Daxon.
I'm going to talk with Silka and have him start a shuttle flight check. After that, we'll head out.
The largest city on the planet of Onderon, Isis, is facing an all-out uprising seething from within, and the spaceport is bustling with those wishing to leave before the turmoil escalates. While Queen Talia and General Vaklu prepare for conflict, you must dart in to locate Jedi Master Kavar, whose location is known by a local doctor named Dagon Gent. Bustling merchant quarter and a western square with an adjoining cantina. The palace itself is off limits, for now. Upon arrival at the spaceport on Isis, you're informed about the blockade and given a starport visa. Move to the two Onderon soldiers guarding the merchant quarter and show them your visa. Force persuade them to shorten the conversation. Once in the merchant quarter, move completely across to the other side, into the western square. As you enter, you're challenged by a group of thugs led by a Rhodian merchant. Wipe them from the surface of the planet. Locate the droid vendor and optionally purchase an HK component. Then move to the entrance of Dagon Gent's home. A thug standing by his door informs you the doctor has been arrested. Retrace your steps right into another confrontation. Dispatch the Twi'lek bounty hunter and his cronies. Return to the Western Square and locate Captain Riken and talk about Gent's arrest. He clues you in about the cantina patrons. Head back to the Western Square, into the cantina, and locate Nico. Question him about the murder, then find the Twi'lek Kith. After he imparts information, jog back to Nico for another chat about the night of the murder. After inspecting the broken droid remains in the Western Square, return to talk to Kip, who mentioned the droid's head may hold a clue. In the dancing room, find Panar. He thinks 1B8D may have the part you're looking for. Find the droid vendor and purchase the salvaged items. These can now be inspected by Kip back in the cantina and show a recording of the crime. Report this to Nico, and the both of you present your findings to Captain Riken. The Isis Major isn't so sure, but Riken convinces him otherwise, and Dagon Gent is set free. Once Gent is freed, he meets you inside his home and requests an encrypted holodisk with Jedi contact information on it.
So here's the punchline.
Move back inside the cantina and confront Backle, who has appropriated the item. Engage her in brief one-sided combat. Pick the holodisc from Backle's remains and present it to Gent. He arranges a meeting with Jedi Master Kavar back in the cantina.
Is this meeting a trap?
Anything could be a trap.
Before you can proceed, your meeting is interrupted by Colonel Tobin, who attempts to finish the job he started, high above Duxon, your destruction. Slay the Valku troopers in a flurry of impressive fighting maneuvers. Tobin himself escapes, and you must too. Head into the Western Square and engage more troopers in combat. Once in the Merchant Quarter, attack the malfunctioning defense turrets. Head out to the starport directly to your shuttle.
Ready to go?
Landing back on the beast moon of Duxon, Aton has finished tinkering with the Avon Hawk, and the ship is ready to depart. Board the vessel and choose your next destination. The Jedi enclave on Dantooine has been razed almost to the ground, and bands of salvagers, mercenaries and other galactic scum have flocked to the area in search of relics from the past. The current administrator is attempting to quell this looting, but requires your help. The Grassy Plains, main settlement and crumbling Jedi enclave with its labyrinthine sublevel are all that remains of this once renowned epicenter of Jedi activity. Upon arrival at Dantooine's landing bay, you're met and mistaken for salvagers. Asking for the Jedi Enclave, you're instructed to head to Kuandar and meet Administrator Adair. Set off towards the building, and once inside, head right, then through the corridors and 3 sets of doors to Adair's chamber. She informs you that Jedi Master Vrook has disappeared. Agree to search the Enclave ruins for him. Exit the building, heading out towards the bridge, following the path around and hugging the right wall, and into the courtyard area. Past the group of salvagers on your right and arrive at the Enclave. Cross the small bridge, turn right, and encounter another group of salvagers. Ignore or fight them, then enter the Enclave sublevel. At the fountain, take the first door on the left and follow the corridor, pausing to destroy each Lygrek you encounter. Continue your way to the room with the circular dip and benches. Turn left through the opening on the adjacent wall and head deeper into the sublevel. After further Lygrek slaying, stop at the corridor with 2 locked doors on your right and a security door to the left. Unlock the left door. Inside is a chamber with slain salvagers and a man introducing himself as a historian.
Historian and science.
This is the Disciple, who is searching for Jedi artifacts and information. After he leaves, search the mercenary bodies and check the datapad revealing Vrook's location. Backtrack to the Enclave fountain. Here you'll be stopped by Jerovic the Salvager, who challenges you. Show him what a mistake this is. emerge from the enclave, past the salvager camp and turn left. Engage any Kinrath in the open grasslands and turn right, through the rocks to the Kuandar Plains. Once there, stay to the left side of the grassy expanse and head for the entrance to the Crystal Caves. Once inside, take the left tunnel, fighting a group of Kinrath, and enter the cavern on your left. Vrook is spotted in a holding cell, and the conversation with his captors doesn't go well. Attack. Once the combat is over, Vrook is freed and gives you a chilly reception. Backtrack out of the caves and you'll be stopped by Azkul, the mercenary leader. He forcefully requests your help. You can accept or decline and fight his troops while he flees. Now return to Adair. Adair and her military advisor Zeron are bracing for the mercenary attack. They seek your help. Prepare for mercenary battle, or search and power down the turrets.
Thank you so much for your
Then
aid.
flee to the Crystal
You can be
Cave
sure that
entrance
Donduin
and
will
let
not
Azkul
forget
begin
our
the
Jedi.
attack. Then depart aboard the Avon Hawk after the siege is over.
Using this form amidst heavy fire, nothing is more.
Given up for lost by the Circa Corporation, the once powerful Sith stronghold has crumbled into ruin and decay. With ghostly vapors wafting through rocky outcrops bathed in dark side power, this place is inhospitable to say the least. From the main ruins to the dilapidated Sith Academy and the dank Shyrak caves, Korriban looks empty, but still holds many secrets. Hidden power that even now, one Dark Lord of the Sith is trying to unearth.
The broken corpses before
After
you,
the landing
I
on
doubt there is
Korriban,
much to be
stride
gained
out
from
among the
looking
ruins. Kreia warns of danger inspecting the corpses. She's correct. Expect a deadly battle with the Darkside Hissis beasts. Fight them, then continue towards the gap under the fallen monolith in front of you. Run up the rise and around the corner, and defeat the Shyraks at the entrance to their cave.
I would advise you to finish your
Past the cave, slay the Takata, and enter the Sith Academy. The wretched Sith Lord Sion has sensed your presence. As you enter, defeat more Takata in the entrance chamber.
Apprentice is here.
Then run through the doorway. There are Sith to purge in the upper room. Turn right, move through the doorway down a ramp, through the intersection and turn left. Pass the bed and open the footlocker for important instructions. Trace your steps back to the first intersection, battling Sith Assassin as you go, and turn right. Locate the terminal on your left. Log in and complete the written test as shown. The training room door slides open. Head back, turning right at the intersection. Back up the ramp and across the upper room. Turn right at the next junction. Begin the training sequence and slay 6 starving Takata. Exit and move straight into the detention room. Master Lonavash is caged in here, at least what's left of her.
Oh, yes.
Open the front door at the controls. Backtrack as you reach the upper chamber. A figure strides into view. Darth Sion awaits.
Did you come here for answers?
As you wound him severely, he continuously heals, until Kreia contacts you. Sion is too powerful to finish. Flee the battle, out into the Korriban ruins, and back to the Avon Hawk. After you've completed the planets, return to Dantooine and the meeting between the Jedi Masters begins.
It is not as it was. We did not cut you off from the Force.
After the discussion, you must return to the polar surface of Telos, where Atris has fallen to the dark side. Battle her current form, Darth Treya, in her meditation chamber. After the battle, the action moves to the Citadel station, where Gren has requested you fight to the shuttle and board the Ravager.
Maybe I shouldn't be so terrible at
Battle through the Sith commandos and turrets, turning left into the entertainment module 081. Wade through the TSF security station and open up the armory door to raid the lockers. Back up to the docking module entrance and meet up with Mandalore.
We will join you in the assault if we Mandalorians lead the charge.
The Mandalorians punch through into the Ravager. Your mission is to place 4 explosive charges ready for detonation. Battle your way to each of these locations.
You've reached one of the targets.
And optionally fight the hated and uncooperative Colonel Tobin. Head for the bridge. Defeat the squads of Sith elite troopers in each consecutive room, and bring the full power of the Force to crush any Dark Jedi. Once at the bridge, shield yourself and battle Darth Nihilus. Once Nihilus finally yields, backtrack to the escape shuttle. After a meeting on Citadel Station, you're left alone to enter the poisonous crags of Malachor 5. Once the Avon Hawk has landed, run out into the jagged pathways. Follow the map across the area, heading to the Malachor depths. Continue your wandering until you reach the long-toothed doors, which close behind you. Engage in combat with a greater storm beast. Stride over to and enter the Atreus Academy. You're greeted with a charge and a flash of lightsabers. Defeat the elite Sith assassin and his brethren in the entrance hall. Slay the remaining Sith and take the left door to Atreus Prison. Enter the prison and open the door ahead. All remaining doors lead to your destiny, so spend time crushing the Sith hordes throughout these corridors. Eventually, you'll reach Darth Sion's inner sanctum. Darth Sion must now be overpowered in a duel to the death. Sion will continue to heal, and each time you should continue to attack with renewed vigor. Once Sion finally succumbs to your might, exit through the opposite doors to Atreus Core. Face your destiny.
Opinion. You could fit my capacity for mercy in a matchbox without taking out the matches first. Fact. Wearily. On I go. Pain and misery my only companions. And vast intelligence, of course. And infinite sorrow. I despise you all. Suggestion. I wish you'd just tell me what you want rather than trying to engage my enthusiasm. Conjecture. Why should I want to make anything up? Life is bad enough as it is without trying to invent more of it. Fact. It gives me a headache just trying to think down to your level. Stipulation. And then, of course, I've got this terrible pain in all the diodes down my left side. Conditional. Don't blame me. I'm an interpreter. I'm not supposed to know a power socket from a computer terminal. Statement. I thought that hairy beast would be the end of me. Of course, I've looked better. Observation. I'm not sure where your ship learned to communicate, but it has the most peculiar dialect. Opinion. I am putting myself to the fullest possible use, which is all I think that any conscious entity can ever hope to do. Reassurance. I know I've made some very poor decisions recently, but I can give you my complete assurance that my work will be back to normal. I've still got the greatest enthusiasm and confidence in the mission, and I want to help you. Conclusion. How odd that it should end this way for us after so many stimulating encounters. I almost regret it. Where shall I find a new adversary so close to my own level?